Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where I share all about astrocartography and vlog my experiences traveling and living around the world, experiencing these planetary lines firsthand and documenting it for you. So right now I am here on my Jupiter descendant line in Tallinn, Estonia. This Jupiter descendant line is going straight through the city. And here in Tallinn, I also have a Jupiter-Mercury Paran line, or a latitude crossing that's going smack dab through the city of Tallinn. And when I say that this has been one of the luckiest places I've ever been to in my life, I mean it. So one of the first steps towards understanding your astrocartography map is understanding your planets in your chart and what their placements are so that you can determine whether or not you should go to a particular place in the world. Obviously, there are multiple things to consider, like the planetary placement of that planet for you in your chart, as well as the latitude crossing. And so for me, Jupiter is my benefic in my chart. It is my most positive and supportive planet in my natal chart, and my Jupiter is also in Scorpio trining Saturn. So there's a nice grounded energy of the hard work leading to good work. So that's a good thing about my particular Jupiter placement. But the next step you want to do when looking at your astrocartography for determining where to go in the world is you want to pull up your relocated chart. And when I come here to Tallinn from France, Jupiter, my best planet, hits an angle, hits the descendant, and it relocates to the 7th house of one-on-one partnerships, collaborations, and other people. And ever since I've come here to Tallinn, I have had so many people reach out to me, email me, Instagram DM me, help me. So many people that I've been meeting have been helping me or contacting me and want to collaborate or do a partnership or even just write an article for their magazine about the work I'm doing in astrocartography. One of the magical things about being here in Tallinn, Estonia is that not only am I on my Jupiter descendant line, which is collaborations, partnerships, help from other people, which has definitely been a theme here since I got here, and not only have I been feeling super lucky in terms of connections with other people, but I've also just been feeling so optimistic, confident, hopeful, and faithful about everything in life, which is definitely a theme of Jupiter lines. And let me tell you, since I got here to this Jupiter descendant line here in Tallinn, Estonia, I have been feeling confident, faithful, optimistic, hopeful for the future. But also there's just this element of wanting to learn so much. Ever since I got here, I'm either got my nose in a book I have either had my nose in a book, learning astrology, or researching some philosophy or some educational topic, or I've been listening to a podcast on astrology, or I've been watching YouTube videos on astrology. I'm not doing any of those things. I'm taking a course on astrology online. So when I say that Jupiter is all about knowledge, I mean it. Jupiter is all about seeking truth, seeking knowledge, expanding your horizons, expanding your knowledge base, wanting to seek more. And for me, I have Jupiter in Scorpio. So going to a Jupiter line, not only am I going to a Jupiter line, I'm going to a Jupiter and Scorpio line, and I'm going to a Jupiter trine Saturn line. So I'm looking at the aspects and the natal placement of my Jupiter in my chart. And Jupiter in Scorpio is like cautious, skeptical, wanting to dig deep and learn about the truth of something, the authenticity of something, and digging deep within the surface and not taking things at face value or surface level. And so the energy of being a detective and wanting to investigate all sides of any topic I'm studying has been a big theme since I got here to this Jupiter line. But being on this Jupiter line, it has been an immense amount of confidence in the sense that nothing can get me down. And if there is a disappointment, I feel so good regardless. If there is something that doesn't work, I'm just that's okay. I'll try again. Because Jupiter has this energy of the playfulness. Jupiter does have a playful quality to it. But Jupiter is also big picture thinking, able to zoom out. And Jupiter is a place where you can really have a big picture lens on your life. And when you get setbacks or when you get disappointed by something, it's there's this natural resilience of that's okay, tomorrow's another day, or that's okay, big picture perspective, I'll try again. There's that Jupiter bounce back of Jupiter that I am feeling on the regular here. And while I do feel very lucky on this Jupiter line, especially with contacts and collaborations and meeting people and connecting with people online since I got here, both in person and online, I've also had a lot of weird instances of people helping me here in Tallinn, like amazing stories of people going out of their way to help me and be kind to me. But in addition to that, there's just been this sense of like, this optimism, this faith in like nothing can get me down. And that joy in, you know, learning, and the joy in education, and the enjoyment of seeing life big picture, that has been a paramount feeling that I have felt consistently since I got here to my Jupiter line. Ever since I got to Tallinn, it's been this natural, like, I can do anything, my faith is here. Now, the thing to be careful of with Jupiter placements, especially if you have like a difficultly aspected Jupiter line, is overconfidence or hubris or arrogance or laziness or lethargy. Those are always downsides to Jupiter lines when taken to the extreme, because Jupiter does represent excess. But overall, like for me, it has not gone that way because I have Jupiter trining Saturn. So I naturally have a nice, like, realistic lens of that faith as well, which helps ground and neutralize that Jupiter excess. But I just want to say, like, I love my Jupiter line. If I could, I would live here. I would live on my Jupiter line. I will say I really like Tallinn, Estonia a lot, but culturally I connect more with the people in Helsinki, Finland more than I do Tallinn, Estonia. I went to Helsinki, Finland in February of 2020, right before COVID started, and I had the most amazing lucky encounters with other people as well. Like the guy on my airplane, I became friends as we landed in Helsinki airport. The guy next to me, we started talking, we became friends, we rode together on the train, me, Alex, and him on the train going toward the city. And then he ended up like a week later taking us in his car around Helsinki, giving us this personal tour to all these amazing places that, you know, tourists don't know about, but only the locals do. And we ended up going to lunch, and it was just this most magical experience with him and plenty of other people in Helsinki, friends that I made when I was in Finland on that Jupiter descendant line. And that's something to know, is like, once you find the right place, the right latitude, the right longitude, then it's like a matter of personal preference. Where would you rather live? Where would you rather be? That's something that's really important to take into consideration. And the last thing I want to mention about being on this Jupiter line here in Tallinn is I am also on a Jupiter-Mercury parent. Parents are really important. They're the latitudes. They're those lines going crisscross across your map. And this is why it's really important to have like a professional software like, you know, solar maps or matrix horizons, because you want to be able to visibly see those lines and measure them. But Jupiter-Mercury Paran, it's the best writing Paran out there. It's really good for writing, speaking, studying, learning things, sharing your ideas. And when I tell you that I have been either making a video, filming a video, speaking on camera, going live on YouTube or Instagram, writing content, studying something every single day, I have just so much I want to say here. Like more than usual. I don't usually have this much to say when I'm just living, you know, in France, but being here at this latitude, it's like I'm either constantly learning something or I'm sharing something all the time. And I'm also doing some of my best writing on this Paran. So it's really important to really look at those Parans and take that into consideration as well. Jupiter, knowledge, growth, abundance, publishing, learning, expansion, and Mercury is information, the messenger, the learning of information, the details of information, communication, and thought process, thinking, speaking, thought process. Get those two together and it is the ultimate place to just be learning, studying, speaking, sharing, you name it. If you want to get some writing done, this is the latitude to be at. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this little astrocartography vlog as I travel around the world, going to all of these different lines, experiencing them firsthand, and then recording and documenting it for you. I hope that this helps. If you wanted to book a consultation with me, I'll include the links down below. Also, be sure to check out my free guide on astrocartography. I'll include that in the link down below as well. The 5 top mistakes that most people make, 5 solutions, and some support and help for you. It's over 15 pages long with tons of valuable information. I'll include that free guide that I created for you down below. So, and last, of course, but not least, if you wanted to check out all my astrocartography learning information, my blog, my videos, but also my locational astrology course, I'll include that in the description as well. I'm sending you so much joy and magic from my Jupiter line, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.